Hello everyone and welcome to the last couple of lectures in Econ 232. The chapter that we're working on is chapter 20 on private information. What's going to be different in these last couple of lectures from what we've been seeing before is that up until now everything that's been traded has been something that has had an agreed upon value. The buyer and the seller have had particular values that they place on buying or selling the product, and that has been what we call common knowledge. It's been information that's been available to everyone. But what if that's not the case? What if the buyer or the seller don't have full information about what it is that they are buying or selling? What effect does that have on the market, on the trades they're willing to make, on prices, on how much is going to be traded, all that sort of good stuff. So let's get into it. Now the first couple of slides here are going to be a little bit less effective doing this online. In person, I would bring along a $20 bill to class, hold it up and say, hey everyone, how much would you be willing to pay for this $20 bill? So have a think about that real quick. How much would you be willing to pay for $20? Almost always somebody will pipe up, I'll give you $20 for it, which is a pretty good thing to say, I think, because we can all agree that that $20 bill is worth $20. You shouldn't be willing to pay more, and if you could get it for less, great, but you probably shouldn't expect anyone to sell it for less, right? That $20 bill has a value that we all understand, and so why would we be willing to pay $20 for it? Well, we all understand its value. We're pretty confident in its value. Now, the fact that I'm willing to sell it to you should give you a little bit of pause. I mean, that's a little bit strange that somebody's offering to sell a $20 bill. But to the extent that you guys would know me in class and believe that, I'm probably not going to screw you over, you'd probably say that it's not going to be a fake $20 bill, and so you'd be willing to pay $20 for it. On the other hand, I then go ahead and take off my wedding ring, which looks very similar to the one in the picture there. And I describe it for people. I say, this is my wedding band. I've had it for 20 years. It's platinum and rose gold. Very, very expensive, very rare. I paid $1,500 for it, but I'll let it go for $500. Will anyone pay me $500 for it? And unsurprisingly, I don't get any takers. And then I say, well, how about 400? 300? Will you guys give me 200? And at this point, you guys should be starting to, wonder what the heck's going on here, right? So, for one, I don't think you can look at a ring and know how much it's worth. If you trust me for how much it's worth, then maybe you'd be willing to pay me for it. But at the same time, why should you trust me? This is a weird thing for me to be selling. I mean, why would anyone want to sell their wedding band? That's quite strange, right? And so then why would you be willing to buy it off them? If they're willing to sell it, I mean, this wedding band should be worth more to me than anyone else in the world, right? Why would I be willing to sell it to you for substantially less than its true value? That just doesn't feel right. And so it feels like it would be really hard for us to actually come to an agreement about a price that would be acceptable to both of us. And by the way, then I reveal, hey, actually I lied about this. It cost me, I think, about $120 from memory. And that's another thing that you should be a little bit concerned about here. If somebody's looking to sell this, it sounds sketchy, they may be lying to you about how much it's worth. And if you have no way of verifying how much this item is worth, it makes it very, very difficult to come to an agreement on price.